You're watching Alaska's news source.
Happening now, crews are working at least 29 wildfires across the state. These are photos from the Tractor Trail fire shared today by the Division of Forestry.
Forestry says this fire is one of several in the Talk area. It's on the smaller side comparatively at fewer than 100 acres, but it's only a few miles from Northway and has drawn 2 fire bosses, a helicopter, and a dozen smoke jumpers who are working on suppression as we speak.
Well, good evening. As of today, nearly 300 wildfires have been confirmed in Alaska so far this year, and about 2/3 of those remain active tonight.
Our chief meteorologist, Melissa Fry, is tracking these conditions across the state. Melissa, we're hoping for a drop and in temperatures this week and even some rain. Is that going to help at all with these fires?
It is helping some. We are seeing slower fire growth, but we're not seeing any of these fires being put out with the help from Mother Nature, at least. That still requiring that suppression effort. I want to show you those latest conditions. I put this radar on a 24-hour loop, and yes, there's green on the map, but you can see it's still pretty scattered in nature. Most of these showers are convective. They are thunderstorms. They do have lightning associated with them. And again, it's just not a widespread heavy or soaking rain that we're seeing pushing across the interior. So those fire numbers are still quite impressive. 2 other fires that we're watching the perimeters very closely on. The Nelchina Glacier fire has grown by about 300 acres in the past 24 hours. We have unfortunately seen some growth to the north. They are focusing on that north side because of the homes and businesses that are in this area along the Glen Highway. And they have done some extra work there today to protect those buildings. Further north, we're still watching the Bear Creek fire, which has not seen much growth over the past 24 hours. So that's good news. But we do still have some traffic controlled by pilot cars in the region. Still a lot of smoke from that fire, again, right along the Parks Highway. Again, we are now up to more than 250,000 acres that have burned this year. 191 active fires. 5 of those are new in just the past 24 hours. We do have cloud cover across most of the state. Temperatures cooling to those low to mid 60s for many of us, even mid 50s as you head into southeast. But again, those thunderstorms, I should say, are firing up because we are seeing active lightning and showers pushing across portions of the valley. Those showers will continue to push to the north and west tonight. So outdoor plans between Anchorage and Houston. Be prepared for those quick moving showers. Also seeing some shower activity on the Kenai Peninsula and across Prince William Sound tonight. Tomorrow we'll see the sunshine back in the second half of the day. Highs in the mid 60s across South Central, upper 60s in Fairbanks with that rain lingering through tomorrow morning. Holding on to the cloud cover in Juneau and showers in Bethel. But we're just about done with this cool down. Warmer weather is on the way, and I'll have that forecast next.
All right, Melissa, thanks so much. And as wildfires continue to burn north and south of Fairbanks, 2 new resources have opened up in the area for victims of these ongoing blazes. At Noel Wien Library, a clean air breathing room offers a break for those caught in the smoky outside conditions with chairs for visitors.
And at Hutchinson High School, the American Red Cross of Alaska has set up an evacuation center with cots and more resources. The evac center is staffed 24/7 by volunteers and will remain open as long as the borough needs it.
Those folks who are in the GO evac areas, primarily right now the focus is in the Himalaya area, just north of Fairbanks, and then any other wildfires in the interior, all are welcome to come here, seek shelter, receive food, water, and just a safe place to rest their head at night.
For those in need of more resources like longer-term housing, first aid, and clothing, the Red Cross can connect them to partner agencies.
And more information is available on our website. Anchorage Mayor Suzanne LaFrance is proposing what her office says is a policy toward faster intervention of prohibited camping in the city. This follows a contentious meeting of the Anchorage Assembly last night.
This is a complex issue, which means it has complex, imperfect solutions.
That meeting drawing a big crowd with several different versions of an ordinance aiming to criminalize camping on public lands being discussed. An initial version was brought forth by Assembly members Keith McCormick, Scott Myers, and Jared Gecker earlier this month. Another version came from Chris Constant last night. Now, the mayor's amended version would prohibit camping in areas including but not limited to spaces within 200 feet of paved green belts and major trail systems, within 100 feet of the outer edge of any street, road, or highway with a speed limit of 35 miles per hour or greater, within 500 feet of any playground, athletic field, or other maintained open field or parkland. Continued public hearing on this is slated for July 11th at a special meeting of the Anchorage Assembly.
New long-range radar technology to identify missile threats was tested this week in Alaska. Here's some video of a model of what this test looked like. Boeing communications staff tell us this successful test confirms for defense agencies that the U.S. has enhanced its ability to detect threats across the nation. The U.S. Missile Defense Agency and Boeing worked together on this test. And Senator Dan Sullivan talked about the effort just this week. Hear my full interview with him on our Political Pipeline podcast. You can download it wherever you get your podcasts.
An abandoned cargo ship that caught fire earlier this month has sunk, and it went down with about 3,000 vehicles on board off the coast of the Aleutians, approximately 450 miles southwest of Adak. The Morning Midas sank at about 16,500 feet of water weeks after her crew abandoned ship, with authorities blaming fire damage, heavy seas, and water seepage as the culprits.
The vehicles, including electric and hybrid cars, were headed to Mexico. So far, the Coast Guard says there aren't any visible signs of pollution, though teams remain in the area as a precaution. And Reuters reports tonight that Shell is denying it's in talks to buy BP. That's following a report from the Wall Street Journal today saying the oil company was discussing a takeover of the company.
A Shell spokesperson told the agency in part, quote, "No talks are taking place. We are sharply focused on capturing the value in Shell through continuing to focus on performance, discipline, and simplification." Reuters says a BP spokesperson declined to comment on the Wall Street Journal story. The outlet also saying a deal like this within the industry has not been attempted since Exxon and Chevron discussed what would have been the biggest merger of all time.
And coming up after this break, Inside the Gates brings us to summer camp, connecting Girl Scouts with the U.S. Navy.
And a little later on, a stellar sea lion is being celebrated at the same place where harbor seal pups are in recovery. We'll be right back.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
Well, what's summer camp without a little time on the water? Well, if you were lucky enough to be a Girl Scout at camp during Anchorage Navy Week, that lake time, extra special. Quinn White takes us on a fun trip inside the gates.
It's been a long time since I've got to go out to Girl Scout camp, but today I'm back at Camp Singing Hills, where sailors are getting girls out on the water.
I'm sitting in front.
Oh, you're sitting in the front. Oh, you're going to sit in the front. Okay.
I'm sitting in the front.
You're going to sit in the front, too? That's fine.
Navy sailors are spending their morning paddling with campers, and they're not just talking boats.
We love to partner with other agencies, organizations, military groups, just to give girls an opportunity to get exposed to different things. And this has been a great opportunity for them to learn more about the Navy and what kind of opportunities they offer, not just being a sailor, but like traveling the world and like the different jobs they offer. There's cybersecurity all the way to oceanography and things like that.
For our armed forces, a chance to showcase their path in life, and for campers, a chance to see themselves in a sailor's shoes.
I've always wanted to meet like people from like military, Navy, stuff like that. And when I was younger, I've always wanted to like join any part of the military, something like that. And so yeah, I think it's really cool.
We have a lot of women sailors here today, and that is fantastic for our Girl Scouts to see that there's so much opportunity for girls and women in the Navy and in the military. We always love to have fun at Girl Scout camp, teaching them new things and just helping them to see that girls can do hard things.
Enjoying the sunshine.
Today was the best.
And learning something new. Quinn White, Alaska's news source.
Thanks for listening. Click subscribe so you can get the latest podcast from Alaska's news source automatically. And stay up to date with breaking news and in-depth reporting available for free 24/7 with the Alaska's news source app.